So I've reconstituted hardwood burn pellets with hot water and then drained them to make sure that any excess water came out. And it seems like they're just always perfect every time. If you line a colander and dump them in there, any excess just is gone immediately, and then it's just the perfect consistency. I have 2 more here. And so now I'm going to cover these with, oh, and I dunked the pots after the tinfoil was on in water and let them soak up some water real good before I put the hardwood in. So now I'm just going to take another tinfoil sheet and work it around it and seal it up as tight as I can. And they look like this once they're done. And then we're going to put them in the oven. Okay, so now this is just the hardwood chips, and I have got one that didn't get completely full, but these 3 are for filling the top after the colonized grain goes in. You might say it's the casing layer that's being sterilized, and the same thing with our pots. Totally cool test. Okay, so I have gotten our Jiffy pots, which had substrate put in them, which were wet, then had wet substrate put in them, then wrapped from the bottom and the top with tinfoil sheets. This is our sawdust that we'll use to fill the tops after we put the grain spawn in. This one here is an extra, but you never know, you might need more. And then these are 3 grow jars, or I can use the sanitized wood chips in a cardboard box. I haven't decided. I sort of think that's what I'm going to do for inside the house. And then these 2 have peat moss in them for testing with other species of mushrooms that are not wood growing. And I have a jar of peat moss that has been sterilized to go on the top. So now we can really do a thorough test of these Jiffy pots. Okay, so our buckets, our little Jiffy pots, have come out of the oven, and I don't know how dry they are, so we're gonna see if I can get the torch to work. Maybe it's work. Oh, it is working. There we go. I think I need power, but in any case, just wanted to give it a little bit of something. I've already alcoholed it. So let's see what we got. It looks dry on top. It is definitely dry. The container is wet, but the substrate is dry, which is so odd because the container is wet, but the substrate is completely dry. So that means we're going to have to use our boiled water. This is just an old TV cabinet, entertainment center you would see in a bedroom. And I took it to use it sort of like an incubator chamber. And I can run a heating pad in here if I need to. I sealed it all up in the back, so with cardboard and tape. And then here's my heating pad when I need it during the winter when it's really cold. So I took our grain spawn and I put it into 2 cardboard boxes and filled it with sawdust. And I've put it in here to incubate. And then here is our Jiffy pots. We sterilize these in the oven. Then I had to hurry and something happened and I couldn't do the video on this part of it. But I put my small jars of grain spawn in here. And so I just wanted to do a little update on this experiment to see how they're doing. Oh, they be doing good, I do believe. It won't be long till these will be ready to fruit. All right. Maybe we won't get no bacteria in there. I'm running a HEPA filter in here all the time. So the boxes are wet. You can feel them. They're smushy. And so we're expecting the mushrooms to just grow right off the side of the boxes. And we're expecting these to grow at the top and off the side. So, all right. We'll come back and check on these again later. These are my Jiffy pots, and yes, they are beginning to grow on the sides of the jar. Woo! So, just an update on our humidity dome tub. Look how awesome. They are, as thought, growing babies on the side of the Jiffy pot. All right, I wanted to give you an update on our Jiffy pots. I got like a geranium, a lizard, and let me turn that off. There we go. So we can see. They are producing babies all over them. I don't know how that's going to come out, but I think it's going to come out good. I really do. I don't know how many flushes I may get off of these because they may use their substrate so quickly that they aren't able to produce a lot of babies. But then I might break the pot up outside in the flower bed and cover them with wood chips and get a whole new harvest during this summer coming. And I'll put the link to the original video in the description.